Hey guys, welcome to another episode of From Chaos to Control, ZenTek Consultants, helping you with your construction management technology issues. So the way that these programs work is we do two videos that kind of pair together. The first is a how-to video, and the one that we talked about in this series is, how to simplify bid tracking as a general contractor. And if you guys haven't watched that yet, there are links to it down below this video. I encourage you guys to pause this, go watch that, and then come back, because here we're going to get into the second half of this presentation, which is a practical demonstration on some of the technologies and the features and the ways that you can answer the how-to question, right? Which was, like I said, how do we deal with tracking in the pre-construction phase all of our bids, all of the bids as a general contractor that we're getting in for all the different trades, the different amounts, what's entailed in each one, how do I contact people, right? Who are the good people to work with, who are the bad people to work with, what's the total billing for the job, is it open, has it been awarded, how do I sort and filter different trades, all of those kind of functions. And we're going to take you through a couple different items in technology-wise. How do we address all of those problems that we talked about in the first half? And like I said, there are a couple of ways that you can do this, right? So you see, obviously, we've got the ZenBid Tracker here that I have up on screen. This is a tool that we've developed here at ZenTek Consultants, right, for dealing with this, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But there are other ways, right? The other ways that people are dealing with this, and I'm going to avoid for this video getting into the large-scale construction management systems like Procore and Construction Cloud from Autodesk, because in that first video we really talked about the fact that they're just not agile enough for what you guys really need to do. So the other ways that I see people do this, number one, it's with Excel, right? And this works. There's nothing at all wrong with this. Perfectly functional setup. It's got a couple of limitations that I'll point out, but generally it's not a big thing to put together. And I'm amazed at how many people that I talk to still just work this way. It's functional, right? And it's simple, right? Where you're just basically going in and saying, look, what's the project number? Who's the sub? When did I get the bid? How much was the bid? And when was the bid due, right? And if you're lucky, if you can figure out how, maybe you have an idea. If you're a small enough company, you can get a number like how many jobs have I awarded to that particular sub, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with this. The biggest limitation that I see in dealing with tools like Excel is that it limits you to knowing only what's going on and what the resultant decisions will be on your jobs only. Right? In other words, if you got 3 or 4 or 10 different PMs, right? Maybe ABC Tech, who we see here on screen, maybe I've awarded them 20 jobs over the last 2 years, but you know what? Maybe we've awarded them 400 jobs. And they're just not big enough to do the work. We're overwhelming them, and they can't hire fast enough to make this happen. So there's going to be delays, there's going to be problems, there's going to be thin crews, right? Those are the things that you need to be able to understand. And dealing in Excel, it's kind of an isolated, singular structure, right? Where it's really difficult to track and see what's going on across your company, right? Your GC company. Another place that can be really helpful, that I see a lot of people have moved to probably over like the last 3 or 4 years, is part of the Microsoft 365 platform, Planner. Planner is great. It's kind of taking over like the online Microsoft project scheduling tool. And you can use a little bit of that to do things like you see over here, right? I've got a section here on review bids, and people can just add tasks, right? You can just kind of click on and add a new task, right, to add in. I'm just going to escape out of that, but you can easily add new tasks. You see here I've got tasks already set up to review. Like here's all the plumbing that I've gotten in. I've gotten in 2 plumbing bids, one from ABC Pipe, another from Acme Industrial, right? And then if I want to know more about these, I have to go in and edit these. And you say I can start to set, right, what's the note, right? What I can build checklists that if I want to say, hey, call them, talk about a discount, right, get their license and insurance. There's a lot you can do here. Nothing wrong with it. It's a little bit manual in terms of process. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time and work to get all of these in. But I still think you run into the same problem here that you would run into with a tool like Excel, which is that you're working in your own personal projects silo. This doesn't play well. These are structured around, as you say, it's my day, my tasks, my plans, my portfolios. It's all focused rather around you, right, as an individual project manager, much more so than your company as a whole, right? And that's really where kind of the problems arise for you in dealing with that type of a system. So now I'm going to jump back to talk about our ZenBid Tracker here, and you can go visit this if you're interested in zenbidtracker.web.app, right? And we talked about this in kind of the previous series where we discussed bid tracking for subcontractors. But what I really want to show you here today is that a tool like this, and listen, ZenBid Tracker, not the only one out there on the market, so there are other apps and features and functions that you can go search for, but this is ours. So of course I'm going to talk about this one. It gives us the ability to kind of segregate. You see we've got this idea of standalone bids, which is really for subcontractors. And then we got here what we call the project bids, which is really for GCs. It's managing bids for large scale projects where you are taking in multiple sub bids and you have multiple client details that you have to keep track of, project numbers, etc. That's what this is for. And to work with this from kind of a GC standpoint, all you do is pick on the project bids area. And I did address in the last thing, we talked about the fact that you can just import all your clients, you can import all your subcontractors, all your historic data. You can bring that all in from an Excel spreadsheet. We give you a template for doing that. But what I really want to kind of talk about here, so I'm going to go down here, I'm going to look at kind of this Main Street development job. So you see right away we can add project numbers and structures, so we can sort and filter and put everybody together into specific project numbers. And what's really important about this is that this is company based. So if you go in and you sign up 5 or 10 or 15 of your PMs and they're all using this, they can easily sort and filter and put in their own data and build their own jobs and sort and filter that way. But it is really all being compared and controlled at the company level. So you can start to see, and I'll show you guys a little bit, the analytics and kind of the data that's going to help you make informed decisions on which bids to accept and which ones not to. It's being shared across your entire company. It's not just to a specific project manager. It's not just for you, right? Like some of the other ones we looked at are. So you can see here we can put in a name, right? We have a proposed amount. That's what your bid is. Like you've dealt with the client. You told them, look, we did a ROM estimate, a rough order magnitude, and we're at 5.6 mil. We think we can do this job for. And then you're starting to collect your subs total bids. How many bids you've received and what the current amount of those is a total. And then we have how much has been awarded. You can see we haven't awarded anything on this job yet, right? Who is the project manager for this job, right? Their contact information for the client, right? The date that the bids have been issued for to all your subs, right? And we can obviously go in and we can update and duplicate and edit those and add different sub bids and so on. And we'll do that in a minute. But you see here, if I just expand this one out using this little arrow here, you can see that I've already started collecting bids for this. Right? And again, there's all example data, but you get the idea, right? That now I can see very, very quickly, right? I can sort by subcontractor, trade, bid amount, awarded amount, who the contact is. I've got different actions here where I can go in and I can edit each specific bid if things are changed, right? And what's really nice here is that I've got the ability to sort and filter this, right? So again, this is just a pretty simple set of just 4 current structures. I got a couple of civil and a couple of plumbing quotes in. All right, maybe I just want to go in and look, it's nice if all you have is 2, right? But sometimes you have a dozen. All right, and if you want to go in and say, look, I just need to look at the plumbing, not a problem. I can just go over here right now with sorting by all trades, but just right here, I can just go and say, look, I just want to look at the plumbing. There we go. Now I can just focus in, here are my plumbing bids. It's filtered out everything else, right? So it's not a problem for me to just be able to go in and say, hey, I need to look at the civil work. Okay, here we go. I'm looking at all of my site work and civil and seeing what I've awarded, what their bids are for these different companies. Or I can go in and look at the overall and see that all of these added together are what are giving me this 4.2 mil up in here, right? And I can easily go in at any point. I can just go up here to the edit and say, look, I need to add another sub bid. So if I want to go into something like that and just say, look, let me pick one of my subcontractors, right? And you see that I can just go in and say, okay, you know what? I got another civil bid, right? I got this one in from, I don't know, let's pick somebody. Sure, we'll pick whoever this is, right? And they gave us a bid, and it's civil work, and they gave us a bid for however much. I'm just going to hit some numbers here, throw in an extra number in there, right? And create that as a sub bid. You see, I can just pull from my client list, right? And add in, there's my Ace Pro project, right? They're bidding 543, right? And then as I go in, I can start to sort and filter and structure all of these, right? And what's important about dealing with a company-wide structure, right? It's easy enough if I can just say, hey, I decide ABD construction, I'm going to award them the amount. I can just go in here and say, look, their original, bid amount was, 1.984112. Right? I can just go in and say, look, we got it for, 197, right? 0000000. Ooh, that's way too many zeros. I don't know what I did there, but yeah, I'll throw one extra zero in there. And there you go. You see, it's been awarded it. They bid it at 1.98. We got it at 1.97, right? And it updates and shows that now you can see that the awarded amount for this job, right? I can just kind of collapse that again. You can see we've awarded out of our, right, 5.6, we've collected a total of 4.8, and we've awarded 1.9. Summarizes it. But what's really important, I think, about dealing with a system like this is that now I can go over to the Analytics tab. Right? And this is where it really starts to give you the ability to go in and say, okay, you know what? I need general analytics, right? So I get general analytics from a company standpoint on how many bids we put out, how many we won, how many have been lost, right? Different statuses. But now I can get into like client and subcontractor analytics, right? So you can see I can go in here, my client analytics, and if I want to look at a specific, client and what we've done there, and I get into subcontractors. Here are my top 5 subs who I've awarded the most work to, right? But if I want to go in and say, look, hey, I'm thinking about awarding to, ABC Piping on my job for plumbing, right? I can click on it and say, okay, oh, you know what? They've only bid with us one time and we didn't award anything to them yet. And maybe they're not the guy I want to go with. We've got no track record. We need to get some, references in there. Right? I've got a leaderboard on who I've awarded the most to, how much money they're pending, right, on my current job. So you can see I just put in Action Air Systems at, 950, right? So I've got this ability to run and provide all these different analytic structures for every single one of my projects and really start to understand what it is, I'm doing, even to the point where I have links right in here, right? So here, again, here's that Main Street job. I can just go in here and say, look, where are the documentation? And here it is. You see it's taking me right into where the drawings are, right? All built and done. And all of that is set and structured to be able to run either from, a web app. You can run it from your desktop. You can run it from a tablet. You can run it from your phone, wherever it is. And I think that's really important. Setting aside even a tool like ZenBid Tracker that we're looking at here. Like I said, there are other systems out there. But I think the key to the functionality here is you're really looking for something that's going to be mobile, lightweight, easy to use, and most importantly, everybody in your company is centralizing the data this way so you can keep track of what your current bids are at the project level and at the company level, right? Who you're working with and who you shouldn't be working with at the company level, right? So those are the kind of things that you should be looking for in kind of a bid tracking system for a general contractor, right? So we hope that helps you guys make some informed decisions, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.